What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the Wisdom Channel. And once again, I am your host. As you can see, the Wisdom. So, this topic, as you can see, many of you guys maybe kind of like help. I'm a female simp. This topic comes to you by request. I was emailed this topic by one of my viewers. She's been very supportive as of recent with a lot of things, and I just thought that it was it's not one of the usual emails or comments that you would get from a woman, and especially a woman who actually owns it and is willing to talk about it. This in particular is there's been videos done on this. It's been talked about this concept, especially around this time leading up to the sugar mama concept, the concept of being a female simp, and the whole cupping season leading up into tax season coming up, as you guys are all aware of. So this is it's not uncommon for this term. We just don't talk about it a lot as far as the female simp and the things that are actually done to receive that sort of attention. And it is not necessarily restricted or confined to a woman's looks for the most part, which I'm going to get into this particular email and read it to you guys, because I got her permission and she just would like me to share her story. And I was just going to give my take on this, the whole nature of this, because men do it. Obviously, we know men do it a lot, but when a woman actually comes out and she's aware that of what it is that she's doing, and she feels that it's necessary to keep the attention of a male, and that's just the way she's been going about doing things. That's just like, wow, where do you go from there? So I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and get into the email here. If I can pull it up. Man, this thing reduced quick. Everybody done fell off. Oh well. You guys will watch it later. So this particular young lady, whoever, she's a professional. She's a commercial truck driver. She does that for a living. And just to start off her email, she says, I've been legally separated for a few years and will be finalizing early 2018. I'll have to be brief once again due to work. Blah, blah, blah. My bottom line story is, ever since my separation, I've found myself paying for the attention or affection of a guy I've found interesting. Him knowing of my separation, I've been transparent. She's been transparent with it. Here's a little backstory. Throughout life, I've been told I have dominant features or not as bad as I think. So I guess I'm assuming ever since she was a child, she's been told this about her having dominant features, or as some people would call manly features, or you know, not as or harder features. I'm assuming that's what she's alluding to by saying this. I would be the one in pursuit, and I'd start spending to impress and hold said guy's attention. Once I saw this worked, I went for a guy out of my league. Out of my league. When you say out of my league, I'm assuming you're just talking about, and from the perspective of a man saying this about a woman, you believing that this man, based upon his looks, that he's out of your league, which is, I guess that's in the eyes of the beholder, or whatever you feel about yourself. That's what you're gonna project onto other people, because they're gonna be able to, read that. So she says, I was never seen in public with this guy, but he did treat me kind. He got jewelry, money, clothes, electronics, and loads of attention. He needed none of it. He is well established. He's a homeowner, intelligent, kind, patient, financially well off, and honest. He never lied to me nor promised me anything. This was genuine to me, and the only way to retain this was to continue giving. Fast forward, he's moved on, and I don't see myself getting into a serious, successful relationship with this mindset. Which she's right. You can't be in a serious relationship, whether you're man or woman, when you just have to pay that person to be with you. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, I've learned this works, and this behavior has become my immediate response to capture a man's attention since I lack in many areas. And obviously, she finishes out the email with that, which we'll do a consultation or whatever later on to talk about this. So, based upon this email I just read, I take it that she has some sort of low self-esteem based upon what society or what people have told her in general. Obviously, you've been married before. You're still married because you're separated. So someone's attracted to you, and at the end of the day, as cliche as it sounds, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is one of those things. Regardless of whoever told you weren't up to par, or you weren't desired by society, or your features weren't this, weren't that. I mean, there are people out there, man and woman, at the end of the day. There are people out there that want to be with you. But I guess people look at things through a lens of saying, well, the people that want to be with me, I don't want to be with them. Hence, I use my assets to get the type of person that I want. And men do it all the time. Men will do it all the time to get what it is that they want. But in your case, you realize obviously what you're doing. You know off top what you're doing. You're talking about out of your league. This guy who you had a relationship with, so to speak. You said he didn't want to be seen with you out in public, but he's financially well off from what you're saying. He has all these other things. He's honest. He's a homeowner. So, but you were basically, according to this email and another email I read from you, you were basically just trying to win him over or ply him with gifts, jewelry, all these other things, and he was willingly accepting these things, even though, according to you, he was financially stable. So that was your way of keeping this person on the hook, so to speak, because you felt that there was no other way. And as a woman, that's really deep when you look at it, as far as paying a man. Because a lot of times, and it comes down to this whole tax thing, a lot of times you'll hear about women that may be perceived as overweight, unattractive, whatever have you. They'll try and get a man to stick around, and it's cliche. Once she gets her tax return, and she'll give the guy in question the tax return for him to do with as he sees fit, or promise him to go on a cruise or a trip, anything like that, just to keep this guy around. In your case, you're a professional, you make money, you're separated, but you're saying, unfortunately, I've learned this works, and this behavior has become my immediate response to capture a man's attention, since I lack in many areas. The question, and I guess me and you will talk about this later, when you say you lack in many areas, that's another thing. And for the ladies who are watching this video, what areas are you lacking in that you feel that you can fill in with money? And this is where the point comes in, where you becoming the greatest version of yourself. Some people don't want to work on things, and they feel that they can just use money to fill in the gap with that. I.e., sometimes, that could be hair, makeup, working out, lipo, all of this other stuff. They would rather do that than face the reality and put in the work. Not saying that this is you. I just want to know what it is that you're saying. What areas you're lacking in, which I should have got that before I made this video. But the thing about women, what I've noticed about women, you're saying that, and I'm assuming based upon everything I'm reading from you, you have this belief that you're unattractive. And like I said, I'm repeating it over and over. And your only way for you to get a certain type of man or whatever man it is that you're seeking is to pay him. My thing is, the thing about women, and this goes for men too, if you feel like you're lacking in a certain area physically, there's other ways, there's other departments, other areas that you can work on by getting in the greatest shape of your life, getting in the best shape of your life, working out, losing weight, cleaning yourself up. Other than that, one thing that's for sure about a woman, and you can go on a lot of different pages, men will overlook, and even women overlook men. If a woman is in top physical condition or is in decent physical condition, men and women know this too. Men will overlook a woman's face all day. If we're talking about strictly about that, about the aesthetics, being aesthetically pleasing as far as your face, a lot of men, if a woman's body, they'll take a nice body on a woman or a decent body on a woman over a face. And this happens so much. There's so many pages on social media you can look at where the woman may not be that attractive, but it's her body or what she's wearing, the way she's dressed. She's gotten to the point where that makes up for the other area. So you're saying many areas that you're lacking in, but yet still, like I'm saying, you're a professional, commercial driver. You make your own money. You sound like, based upon everything I'm reading, that you have something to bring to the table. Period. It sounds like you're willing to build, or could be willing to build, because you're going out of your way to do these things for men. Just to get their attention. What you're saying is you just want to have their attention, someone to be there, or maybe just someone to reciprocate this feeling that you have, as far as just having someone to give you attention. So all I'm saying is, it just seems like, and like I said, I can't tell anybody what to do with your money. You do whatever you want to do with your money, that's on you. But as far as if what it is that you're seeking is a real partner, or true love, or someone that will be there for you unconditionally, you and I both know that this isn't the way, as you stated. Any relationship that starts off with money, and I've said this on other videos, any relationship that starts off with money is not going to last. I talked about this with my issue yesterday when I did my video, and I already know that people have to know this, that if you start off buying people stuff, buying them gifts, paying their bills, and all of a sudden that money that you have stops coming in, that person that you're dealing with is only going to stick around as long as you have the money coming in. Now, I don't know if that's why you said that this guy, he moved on. You said fast forward, he's moved on, and I don't see myself getting into a serious relationship with this mindset. You're absolutely right. That's another question I would like to know is why, what was the purpose of him moving on? Is it because you weren't able, or you weren't available to him at a certain point monetarily, and he felt like that's the leverage he had over you, is if you weren't able to? But like, it's kind of weird because you say this guy is financially stable. So if it's financially stable, what was it that he was looking for in you? Since you're saying you're conscious that he was only with you because of the jewelry, money, clothes, electronics, and all of the attention. Is that the reason why he just needed that? He, even though he was financially set, he was willing to overlook, or were you really a good person that he saw or whatever? But he was still taking the things from you. Now on the other end, you have some men who will basically just have women take care of them. They don't work at all, and a woman will sit there and carry these guys, take care of these guys, hoping that based on, and I need to do a video on that, based on empty promises and the like, that she may be able to transform this man or change this man into her reality of what a man should be, but it's probably never going to happen. And I don't know if you have that same mindset also, that somehow this money that, or whatever it is, that all these things that you're doing to be with a man, that somehow it will force someone to be in love with you. And that's never going to happen with gifts and money. You can't this is one thing you can't force, is trying to get someone to fall in love with you by paying for them, by paying them. So now, and any woman who finds himself in this position, now is the time you just have to, this is where self-respect comes in. I know you may want a certain type of man, or you feel like there's no other man that can replace this man that you have this situation with, but that's not the truth. Or if you're just willing to just give up on your shortcomings, especially a lot of times if these are shortcomings, you know, based upon what you personally feel like you're uncomfortable with, based off what somebody has told you. If this is something that you think that you can, well, it might not even, you might not even have to change anything, but as far as you becoming the best version, that's what you should be striving for. As long as you're striving for that, and instead of trying to take the easy way out or the shortcut by paying them, just focus on being the best version of yourself. If that means you're overweight and you're just trying to just, the biggest thing, that's one thing as far as relationships go, is your personality, but first and foremost, especially with a woman, is her beauty. And you said that this is something that you were told you're challenged in, so you need to work on the second thing, which you are in control of, which is your physique, your body, and try and get in the best shape that you can be in. And that makes you attractive in the sight, bar none, in the sight of men, because no woman should be paying a man to be with her. No woman. I don't care who you are, because there's somebody for you. You get in that position where you've maxed out as far as your body goes, and you're in the best shape of your life. It shouldn't be that, and you become that 3%. I believe it's that 2% woman that all men, or most men, I put it like that, are really searching for. At the end of the day, that wholesome woman, which I'm pulling up the because I saw this on Japs. He made a post about this the other day, and it's the characteristics of that many men are looking for. Because you have that 3% man, but you have that 2% woman. Here, just stay with me for a second. And I'm pretty sure, based off what I'm reading in your email, a lot of these things you're already. I'm assuming you're already there. As far as a lot of these things, when you upload stuff and it just, you're trying to locate it. If not, it goes. I'm trying to find it, guys. Sorry about that. I know I uploaded it, but it's not popping up here. But basically, it just goes into the three types. Just like there's three types of men, there's also three types of women, and you have a small percentage of women that fit this category as far as that based on your email that exhibit some of the characteristics that are within that 2%. I wish I could pull it up here, guys. Sorry about that. And I know it's on my hard drive here, but for whatever reason it's not popping up. So I can actually read that off to you, but I'm gonna do a separate video on this to talk about it. Just to just pull it up here. Because it's on Jap's channel. I'm just trying to get on. Just trying to get on Jap's Instagram. I'm sorry. That's what it was on. All right, let's put it up here. All right, here we go. That 2% that what they're talking about, because so you have the 80% female, you have the 18% woman, and you have the 2% lady. So the 2% respects men, loyal, grateful, cooperative, committed. They chase great men, supportive and loving, occasionally holds doors for men. I know is probably some women watching this like, oh hell no, you know. But that's one of those things, obviously, characteristics of a lady, which some of you women are obviously going to disagree and have a problem with that. But I want to do a video on that concept because I think it's very strong. Just like you have um, probably a 2% of men or 3% of men that actually get it or understand women or treat women in a certain, the way they want to be treated and stuff like that. So vice versa, you have this between both male and female. So this is what I have to say to you. Be confident, be secure in yourself. Realize that there's somebody for everyone out there, no matter what you look like. But your goal is to become the greatest version of yourself, mentally and physically. You, as long as you're not broken or disabled or anything like that, you have the ability to get yourself in the greatest physical condition of your life, especially as a woman. Men overlook, you know, the face completely if a woman's body is at, peak or if she's in somewhat decent shape. They'll any day of the week. Women know this, men know this, everybody knows this. It's just a matter of are you willing to do the work to put yourself in that position. So with that being said, I just wanted to relate this email to you guys. Don't lose hope. Don't make people think that you're based upon, or even your exes or someone you're in a relationship is telling you you're too ugly. Like Mister in The Color Purple telling Celia all this stuff. You ugly, you black, da da da, and all this stuff like that. Yo, you stay focused. You become the greatest version of yourself. Somebody's gonna come. Who's ever meant to be with you is gonna find you. You just have to put it out there. You just have to, do your thing. Stay centered, and it's gonna come. You already sound like you got the business part down. So, with that being said. If you guys appreciate this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment and subscribe as well. Quickest way to get in. My website was supposed to be up today, but I had the guy make some corrections. He sent it over to me. I didn't like it too much, so I'm gonna have that hopefully sometime this week updated and everything up. So the quickest way to get in contact with me right now, until my website is up, is to email me, to set up a one-on-one with me. You can chop it up. Any issues you got, you can squash that. I'll give you information to the best of my ability, all that good stuff. And check me out on social media, add me. Y'all know the usual. All the links are in the description. And remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. And the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. Peace be upon you all. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.